Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktirabhavati Naishtaki. Pradraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. So we're reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd Canto, 26th chapter, titled as Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. Kapiladeva is explaining Sankhya Yoga to his mother, Devahuti. Mother Devahuti inquires from Kapiladeva about the process of creation. What is creation? Who is creator? How the creation happens? So Kapiladeva, who is incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, he explains this process of creation, and he says that the creation is basically made up of 24 elements. These 24 elements includes 5 gross elements, 5 subtle elements, 5 senses for acquiring the knowledge, which is called Gnanendriya, 5 senses which are for acquiring, for performing the activities, which is called Karmendriyas, and then 4 other elements, which includes mind, intelligence, ego, and consciousness. These are 24 elements. Now, in the beginning, all these 24 elements are in inactive stage, which is called as Pradhana. And then these 24 elements, with the influence of a factor, which is called as time, which is the 25th element, over the period of time, by grace of Lord Krishna, these 24 elements, they acquire the qualities of Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. And they become the Prakriti. So these 24 elements becomes the Prakriti. So all the human beings, all the animals, living entities around us, everybody is composed of these 24 elements with Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. They acquire the qualities. Like some people acquire the goodness, some acquire the passion, ignorance, like that. So in this way, with the influence of time, all these living entities, they acquire 3 modes of nature: Sattva, Raja, and Tamo. So the 24 elements in his beginning stage, they do not have these modes of nature. So this is called Nirguna Prakriti, Pradhana. And then with the interaction of the time, with the influence of Krishna, they acquire Saguna Prakriti, which is they acquire Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, and Tamoguna. Now under the mode of the influence of these 3 gunas, Sattva, Raja, and Tamoguna, living entity thinks that he is the doer, he is the enjoyer, he is the proprietor, he is the owner. And that is why the living entities take birth again and again. Punarapi Janma, Punarapi Marana. So in this way, Kapiladeva is explaining to Mata Devahuti. And he explains that it is time, in the previous shloka he says, in the 16th shloka of this chapter, Kapiladeva is explaining about the time factor. What is time? So he says, Prabhavam Paurusham Prahu Kalam Eke Yato Bhayam Ahankara Vimudasya Kartum Prakritim Iyusha. So under the influence of this time, which is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all the living entities have this fear of death. Why? Because under the influence of time, all the living entities, they get false ego that they are this body. The soul, when comes in contact with the material nature, it starts thinking that soul itself is material nature. And then the material nature has the expiry date, the body has expiry date. So under the influence of this time, and under the influence of three modes of nature, when a living entity identifies itself with the body, then it thinks that, oh, I'm going to die. Actually, it is body which dies, not the Atma. But under the influence of the false ego, Ahankara, it says, Ahankara vimodhasya. So under Ahankara, one loses the intelligence that one is not body. The body is temporary covering. And why do we get the body? The body is there so that we can serve Krishna through process of bhakti. So chanting is possible through the body. We can worship Krishna through body. We can do all the seva through body. So with the ears we can hear about Krishna. With the tongue we can talk about Krishna. With the eyes we can see Krishna. So this body has been given to us to serve Krishna. But then we have to understand this body is not us. I am not this body. This body is an instrument to serve Krishna. But when one thinks that, oh, one is body, is not like soul. Like the soul identifies itself with the body and forgets about its real identity, then it results into fear. And that is what it says that Kalam eke yato bhayam. So then Krishna says as Bhagavad Gita, Kalosmi. So the death is in the form of time actually. So here Kapiladeva is introducing the time as the factor in this creation, which is representation of Krishna. In the further shloka, in this shloka, Kapiladeva further explains about the time. He says that Prakruter guna samayasya nirvisheshya manavi cheshtayata sa bhagavan kalaiti upalakshita. Kapiladeva is saying, O my dear mother, O daughter of Swayambhuva Manu, the time factor, as I have explained, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom the creation begins as a result of the agitation of neutral, unmanifested nature. So here, Kapiladeva is further explaining to Mata Devahuti, Prakrute guna samyasya nirvisheshya manavi. Manavi is the adjective used to address Devahuti Mata. Devahuti is the mother of, she is the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu. She is mother of Kapiladeva, but daughter of Swayambhuva Manu. And she was married to Kardama Muni. So Kardama Muni and Devahuti's son is Kapiladeva. So he is saying that, O Manavi, the time factor I have explained is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Time is Krishna, time is God. And from the time, because of the influence of time, the material nature manifests. All these 24 elements, they are always there. But unless intervention of Krishna, these 24 elements cannot act. Because that needs intervention of Krishna, time. Otherwise, it's all unmanifested. Srila Prabhupada is explaining. Unmanifested state of material nature, which is Pradhana, is being explained. The Lord says that when unmanifested material nature is agitated by the glance of Supreme Personality of Godhead, it begins to manifest itself in different ways. Before this agitation, it remains in a neutral state, but without interaction by the three modes of material nature. So all these 24 elements are there, like You can take earth, water, air, fire, ether. All these things are there around us also. But to make a creation out of it, to make a human body is composed of so many elements, right? Now, the elements are there, but can you make a human out of those elements? It's not possible. There's iron, magnesium, zinc, and all those elements are there. But then, unless and until Krishna intervenes it, those elements cannot function. And that is Krishna, influence of time. In other words, material nature cannot produce any variety of manifestation without the contact of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So material nature, we say Mother Nature. Mother Nature, mother can produce children only if there is a presence of Father. Father gives the sperms, and then mother produces. Mother has the eggs, and the eggs of the mother and sperm of the father come together and makes the manifestation happen. So Mother Nature cannot function without Krishna, without time. And this is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of the products of material nature. Krishna says, Maya Dhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sa Characharan Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagadavi Parivartate. Whole material world is acting under the direction of Krishna. Without Krishna, nothing moves actually. Without its contact, material nature cannot produce anything. Without Krishna's intervention as a time, nothing will happen. They say wait and watch. Time is the essence, right? So the time is required. Like when you plant a seed, then from seed to become a tree, what is required? All the nutrition and everything is required. Water, nutrition, protection. But then along with that, the time is the essence. It cannot grow over the period of like 1 second or 1 day. It needs time, few months, few years is required for anything to manifest. Nothing happens immediately, right away. See, that time factor which is required for manifestation is Krishna himself. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, also there is a suitable example given in this connection. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is example of a structure on the goat's nipple, goat's neck actually, sorry, which appears like a nipple, but it's not nipple. But it doesn't give the milk. Similarly, material nature appears to the material scientist to act and react in a wonderful manner, but in reality, it cannot act without the time factor, which is the representation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. You can see that over the period of time, like sun sets, sun comes, sunrise, sunset. It's a time. Now we measure the sunrise and sunset as a time. But then sunrise and sunset actually is under the influence of time, under the energy of Krishna. This earth rotates. And that is why it appears like sunrise and sunset. Right? So that the rotation of the earth is possible because Krishna has given the energy. Krishna is making it happen. All the planetary systems, the earth is rotating around itself, earth is rotating around the sun, so many planets are rotating around the sun. It's all possible because of Krishna, very nicely explaining Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, Vishwarupa. When time agitates the neutral state of material nature begins to produce variety of manifestations. All these manifestation, living entities, is possible because of time, Krishna. There are 4 times. Kali said Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. This is also time. That is the influence of Krishna actually. This whole Yuga cycle also, Krishna says, Sambhavami Yuga Yuga. Every Yuga cycle Krishna comes. So, all produced by influence of time, which is Krishna. Ultimately, that Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of creation. Krishna is the cause of everything. So over the period of like say Brahmaji also has a time. How much time? So Brahma has 100 years of life, but the Brahmaji's 100 years are very big. Brahmaji's 100 years are 1000 cycles of Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar, Kali Yuga forms one day of Brahma, which is 12 hours. And similar are the 12 hours are the nights of Brahma. And such 100 years Brahmaji lives. And at the end of Brahma's whole life, the material creation goes back into Lord Vishnu. And then it's created again. So you can see that this material creation and dissolution also happens under the influence of Lord Krishna, Vishnu. If he wants, then it will happen. If he doesn't want, nothing will happen. Srila Prabhupada explains, as a woman cannot produce children unless impregnated by a man. Material nature cannot produce or manifest anything unless it is impregnated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of time. So time is the essence of everything. Time is Krishna. So if we really respect Krishna, then we respect time. Because without time, nothing will happen, right? Over the period of time, everything will manifest. If we sincerely chant Krishna's name every day, then Krishna will manifest over the period of time in your heart. So, but it all starts with chanting Krishna's Nama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, with the help of time, which is Krishna, we chant Krishna Nama every day. And we change our consciousness. Our consciousness is currently all material, enjoyment consciousness. But then bhoga, we have to have a consciousness of Krishna so that our mind, over the period of time, becomes free from anxiety. Then you don't have to worry about when Krishna is there in our mind, the anxiety will go away. And then anxiety will go away, the life will be peaceful, right? So we'll pause here, we'll continue the study tomorrow. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.